Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar, and on his website, onthisday.com.
Yep. For links to those sources, the music, which is done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. I was notified yesterday somebody wanted the music turned off, so I lowered it by 5% more. I haven't really seen our post-production stuff, so that's my bad, so I don't know how low or loud the music is in contrast to everybody else's. Anyway, I am Aoxander.
Go ahead.
The Slayer.
Yep. And today is Woden's Day, also known as Wednesday, October 12th, 2022. Now, who wants to start us off today here?
I'll start us off.
Alright.
In 539 BC, the army of Cyrus the Great of Persia takes Babylon.
Ooh. Alright.
Also, that's a time jump from 539 to 638.
Yeah, a little bit of a time jump, yeah.
Yeah, it's BC.
99. Oh, wow, BC. Okay, that is a lot more than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. In 638, Horonius the First ends his reign as Catholic Pope. Severinus elected.
Severinus Snape? Uh-oh.
No, that's Severus.
Yeah, but, is this Severus's dad? Severinus? You know?
No.
That sounds like a sinister...
Severinus would be his mother. It sounds like a...
But a woman can't be a pope.
No. She probably had the dark arts.
Oh, God.
Also, 1165, Jewish rabbi and philosopher Moses ben Maimon, a.k.a. Amadonis, or the Rambler, reaches Jerusalem.
Alright.
Rambam. Or the Rambam. Thank you.
Can you read the one right above yours, 5 years prior? Because I just read the second part.
Sure. Sure. Also, Maurice Sully is elected Bishop of Paris, will initiate plan to build Notre Dame. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's the start of Notre Dame.
The Rambam.
The Rambam. Rambam, thank you, ma'am. Mr. Rhombus, if you want to take a turn, you can start off in 1216 here.
Alrighty. In 1216, King John of England loses his crown jewels in the wash as the flood tide swamps his wagons, probably near Fosdyke, perhaps near Sutton Bridge.
Huh.
So he washed his nuts?
No, those are the family jewels. He lost his crown jewels. So, although that would suck if he lost the family jewels in the flood. It's like, oh, why can't you? Why are you not a man anymore? Oh, I lost my manliness in the flood.
I lost my manhood.
Oh, God.
They got erased out of existence faster than Thanos did the universe.
Wouldn't that be like an anti-rape or something? You know, if it takes the genitalia, you know.
Just a reverse. Just an Uno reverse card on that.
Mine now.
Yoink.
Whoops.
Oops, deboned you.
Oh, God. Well, here, 1285, that's, 1285 is kind of rough, so...
In 1285, 180 Jews refused baptism in Munich, Germany, and are set on fire.
Oh, God damn it.
Jesus.
I'm trying not to laugh, because, I'm imagining, you know that movie, or that gif, or that meme gif? The guy who's just on fire, slow-mo running through the hall, that's what I'm just imagining, an entire...
God.
Wait, why is there... Real question is, why is there a bunch of Human Torches?
Yeah. In all seriousness, that's awful, but that's also,
Yeah, it's screwed up.
It's, how dare
it's
you
messed
set
up,
you on fire,
But it's that could be, the forefront of so many jokes.
Yeah. God. But then the next one, 1366, that's odd.
Excuse me. In 1366, King Frederick III of Sicily forbids decorations on synagogues.
Well, that's not nice.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah.
Well, that's not very PogChamp of you, Fred.
I know, that's not
I'm not very cash money on them.
I was
I'm gonna
just
call
about to say
Shaggy,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Come on, Fred.
Yeah.
Around Shaggy and Scooby? Come on, man.
Oh yeah. By the way, we've obviously talked about this remake of Scooby. You know, like everybody is like changing ethnicities and everything.
Oh no, not that monstrosity.
Yeah. Well, I saw a theory. They just combined Shaggy with Scooby, and that's why he's black, because Scooby was brown. So they just combined the two. That's why Scooby's
just,
not around. It's
it's
either
just
that
both.
or Daphne, who's now Asian, took Scooby out. So, you know.
Or that it's an alternate universe
Yeah.
with furry Scooby.
Dude,
That we
like,
should set on.
If
We'll set him on
if
fire.
Scooby turns out to be some kind of anthropomorphic thing or some actual person in a fucking fursuit, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like that's gonna be
I'm
too
gonna
much.
burn him.
Oh
I'm
God.
gonna burn him.
Scooby Doo a furry.
Just set him on fire and then punch the others.
Scooby Doo.
Like, I'll leave Velma alone because it's like whatever.
No, like punch
With
them all. Just
personality.
leave Fred alone. Fred's the only one they didn't ruin. So, anyway, let's
True.
move on up to 1492 here.
In 1492, Christopher Columbus's expedition makes landfall on a Caribbean. Makes landfall on a Caribbean island. He names San Salvador, likely Watling Island, Bahamas. The explorer believes he has reached East Asia. OS 21 October.
I think that's old style. So like that's the previous style of the calendar, the Julian calendar, before we switched up to the Gregorian or something. Whenever OS says it's old style, I don't know exactly if it refers to one or like any other type of calendar, but that's what that means. Anyway, we have a historic event here in 1504. Queen Isabella I of Spain signed her testament. And then 1518, Pontifical Ambassador interrogates Martin Luther. Ooh, here we go. Good old Martin Luther. Then let's see here. We have 1576. Rudolph III succeeds Maximilian II as Holy... Rudolph II succeeds Maximilian II as Holy Roman Emperor. Alright. Then I'm going to take this one here in 1609. The children's rhyme, Three Blind Mice, See How They Run, was published in London in a book edited by and possibly written by Thomas Ravencroft.
Possibly. I love the word possibly.
Possibly, yes. But here, you got a cool one, 1654, Sohin.
Yeah, 1654. The Delft explosion gunpowder devastated the city in the Netherlands, killing more than 100.
Damn. There's a random gunpowder explosion killing 100 people. That's a lot.
Yes. Also, 1711, Charles VI is crowned Holy Roman Emperor in Frankfurt.
Alright. Frankfurt.
That make him a hot dog?
Yeah. I am a hot dog. Watch me laugh with my big Germanness and my mechanical dog.
Okay. Ooh. 1740, English evangelist George Whitefield preaches to 30,000 people in Boston in the U.S. during the Great Awakening.
Ooh. So I guess that's when people were finally stirring up, being like, hey, no more English rule. We want to be independent. Yada yada yada. So, yep, that's very relevant to our time. We need a Great Awakening to shake off the shackles of the oppression, that we have from everywhere. So, ooh, 1773. Look at that.
Also, 1773, America's first asylum opens for persons of insane and disordered minds in Virginia.
And you know what? I've been seeing a lot of talk about this as well. Like, there used to be a time when we actually treated people with mental disorders, not catered to their whims. So we should probably go back.
Well, it depends on what because they consider a lot of shit that would be considered normal, mentally ill.
Well, we gotta do something,
Like that one thing with Family Guy. Oh, you're friends with a black guy. You must be insane.
Huh. Well, I guess I'm insane too. So, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, French Revolution. Look at this.
1789 French Revolution. King Louis the 16th writes secretly to the King of Spain about complaining of harsh treatment. The Count of Chartres writes to the Austrian king requesting military intervention in France.
Hmm. Dang. Oh. Ooh, 1792. So, and I have a few things to say about this when you're done.
1792, the first celebration of Columbus Day in the U.S. held in New York.
And the whole reason why the whole Christopher Columbus thing is I saw a video recently. I've seen it before, and it was from Adam Ruins Everything, so I know that's a leftoid, source and everything. But sometimes they actually have facts behind them. Go figure. Christopher Columbus apparently was just like an idiot, and the world, the populace of the world knew that it was round. They didn't know about the existence of the American continents, but they knew it was round. So he didn't discover that the Earth was round. He also his expedition was just like a minor footnote and everything, and they actually sent him off just so in hopes that he would die because he was that inept. But the whole reason why he even became such a big thing was a government move to have more representation for Italian Americans. It was all political. The whole thing was just all political, just to benefit one nationality, and then it just kind of mushroomed and blew up way out of proportion, and yeah. So anyway. Rhombus, it's your turn if you want to take it. I see that you're muted, and I'm just going to talk while reading a little bit here, and it looks like that you're not there, so I'm going to just move on up to 1859. Self-proclaimed Emperor of the USA, Emperor Norton, issued edict abolishing the U.S. Congress.
What a dick.
Yeah, what an idiot. So, but yeah, this guy, apparently people, donated to him and everything, and I'm not sure if he was joking or if he actually had some mental disorder, but he retained until his death, I believe, that he was Emperor of the U.S. So, kind of fitting that he's wearing a Confederate cap, and looks like a Confederate soldier. In 1859 too, so...
Definitely Confederate.
Yep. 1862, Confederate General Jeb Stuart, a J.E.B. Stuart, completed his second ride around McClellan. Okay, so he's like moving around him, I guess, in the battle, because this is during the Civil War. So.
Yep.
And we got another thing here in 1864. War of the Triple Alliance began when Brazilian troops under the command of General João Propipico, Mena Barreto invading Uruguay.
Yeah.
Dang, look at that beard, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, your turn. Ooh, wow. 1871.
U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant condemns the Ku Klux Klan.
Yep. Which was made by the Democratic Party.
Yep. Fucking cunts.
Yep. Oh, 1872. Look at that.
1872, Montreal Football Club first game playing Quebec City to 0-0 tie.
Wow. Nobody's
just like a standoff.
That's basically like a Beavis and Butthead game. Neither of them scored.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, 1892, the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance first recited in public schools during Columbus Day.
You sound like
damn
you need to drink
crack.
some water.
No, damn crack.
Ah.
I'm doing it again. 1892, the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance first recited in public schools during Columbus Day.
Yeah. I still remember it. And I'm not going to recite it at risk of getting canceled for having, patriotic thoughts about my country. You know,
I've said it too many goddamn times. I don't want to say it again.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, moving on up into 1900. Well, actually, just before that, 1899, South Africa Boer Republic declared war on Britain. So I wonder if, like, you know, that's the start of another Boer War. So.
Sounds like it.
Yep. 1900, the first modern submarine was commissioned by the U.S. Navy as the USS Holland, named for its designer John Philip Holland. Let's take a look at this. The USS Holland. Well, let's see here. USS Holland. Images, and actually, when were the Boer Wars? Okay, yeah, October 11th, 1899, which was yesterday, back then, through May 31st, 1902. So this is during the first or the second Boer War, what I just read earlier, South Africa. So they declared war on Britain one day after the war started somehow, but whatever. And the USS Holland Submarine. Here we go. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Okay. Looks like it had one torpedo tube, maybe? Like, that's what that looks like up there, a torpedo tube. Oh, here we go, an interior. Yeah, it was a torpedo tube. Yep. Damn, dude, look at how small that is. Like, there's no rooms, there's no anything. Like, it has to be like a short stint out. You know, you're only out for a couple hours or so, because there's no facilities for anything. Food, recreation, waste, you know, bathrooms.
And hello, Neek Trolla.
Neek Trolla?
Someone's in our chat.
Ah.
No, not in our chat. I meant some.
Yeah.
Someone.
Welcome,
voice.
Nick Petrola, to the show. Yeah, he's a regular audience member. He's joined us a couple of times. The first show he was in was a new show a couple days ago. Then he was a part of the history show yesterday. Welcome back. Anyway, we're going to move on up to 1901. Theodore Roosevelt renamed the Executive Mansion as the White House, which is a lot better, you know? Because, you know, the Executive Mansion, you know, ooh, fancy, instead of the White House. So, anyway, back to Sohen's turn. He wants to take this
1914?
Yep.
1914, the first battle of Ypres begins.
Ooh. Alright.
Also, 1915, despite international protests, Edith Carvel, an English nurse in Belgium, executed by the Germans for aiding the escape of Allied prisoners.
That's right. And we were reading about that the other day. For whatever reason, I thought that was during World War II, but this is obviously during the First World War. That's awful. Like.
So, also in 1915, Ford Motor Company under Henry Ford manufactures the millionth automobile at the River Road in Detroit.
Dang, 1 million cars. That's a lot. Like, you know, how many cars are there in the U.S.? How many cars are there in the U.S.? Number of vehicles in thousands. So 2019, 276,491, but that's actually another 1,000. So 276 million. So there's over 250,000 automobiles in the U.S. as of 3 years ago. So maybe more today.
Also in 1915, Theodore Roosevelt criticizes U.S. citizens who identified themselves with dual nationalities.
Huh. Well, that's not cool, actually. Wait, why is he criticizing?
Saying like this, you're not African American, you're an American.
Okay, that I'll stand by, you know? Yeah. Like, you know, I don't have anything to say.
You're not Czech-American, or you're not Russian American, you're American.
Yeah, you know? So you are what you are in the place you're at, essentially.
You're an American.
Yep. Moving on up to 1918, the Cloquet fire killed 453 people and injured or displaced an additional 52,000 more. That sucks. So, and then 2 years later, construction began on Holland Tunnel connecting New Jersey to New York City in 1920. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, oh wow, I'm just going to take this because of the word. 1924, Sokolnichilskaya radio began broadcasting from Moscow. That's a tough word there.
Comrade.
Back to you, sir, in 1928. That's spooky right there.
1928, the first use of the iron lung, Austin Children's Hospital.
Oh, that's even
As
worse
children.
for a child. God. Like, I've said this before, like, polio scared the hell out of my dad because, like, he was watching, kids his age end up in those iron lungs, and that is terrifying, That's terrifying.
Yeah.
1931?
1931, Christ the Redeemer statue opens standing 30 meters high, 98 feet on top of Mount Corcovado, overlooking Rio de Janeiro, built by engineer Tierra del Silva Costa.
Yep. And ever since then, Jesus has been asserting his dominance by T-posing over the capital of Brazil. Yep. Rio de Janeiro is the capital of Brazil, right?
Yes.
Alright. But what about the one right above it?
Also, 1931, the first international conference on calendar reform.
Ah, look at that. It really is crazy when you think about, like, the world, all the different countries, all the different ethnicities, all the different, religions, nationalities, classes, creeds, there's so many differences. Yet somehow we figured out, for the most part, how to unify together with a calendar, Like, among other things, like, we're getting there, We're not there yet, but we're on the way, so.
Yeah.
Oh, 1933, look at that.
Yes. 1933, Alcatraz becomes a federal prison unofficially.
Yeah, unofficially. Yep. Before that, it was a military emplacement. People don't realize that that was like. There's actually, like, if you go to San Francisco, go to the north side of the Golden Gate Bridge, there's still a large installation of mostly, or actually I think it's all like non-operational now, like battlements and stuff that were, there's stuff in there from, like, the 1860s. There's stuff in there from, like, the First World War, from, the Spanish-American War, stuff that were, added on, during the Second World War. And then it has SF-88, I believe it's called, the last remaining Nike missile sites in the U.S. That was nuclear-tipped missiles as part of, like, a defense thing. So, anyway, why don't you take this next 30? Well, why don't you take the rest of the 33s, and then I'll start up on 35 here.
Sure. Also, 1933, gangster George Francis Barnes, aka Machine Gun Kelly, is sentenced to life imprisonment.
Machine Gun Kelly, I've heard that name. Yep.
Also, 1933, John Dillinger escapes from jail in Arlen County, Ohio.
Ah, that's pretty interesting. We had prison thing, then a gangster, then a prison break. One after the other. That's really, Oh, that all happened on the same year too. Wow, the same day.
Same day, same year.
That's wild.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why it was unofficially made a prison,
No.
Alcatraz. So.
He wasn't in that prison.
Well, no, he wasn't. But I'm wondering if that's why they did it to pave the way to send him somewhere else a little bit more secure. But pardon me. Anyway, moving on up into 1935, Cole Porter's musical Jubilee opened at the Imperial Theater in New York City, running for 167 performances. And then let's see here, 1948, Casey Stengel took over as Yankee manager. All right.
There was this one right here, 1942.
Which one?
Well, both really.
Okay, I'll take them both. 1942, successful Soviet counterattack through the 37th Guard Division. That has to be Operation Barbarossa. And then also in 1942, the U.S. Navy defeated Japanese in World War II Battle of Cape Esperance. That's interesting. Anyway, your turn, sir.
Oh shit, there's some more good ones. 1943, U.S. bombs Rabaul, New Britain.
Rabaul, New Britain. Where the hell is that? Hold on a second. Let's see here. Rabaul, New Britain. Okay, map. Let's open up the map. Oops. Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. And it was who? The U.S. bombed them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That has to be part of the Japanese thing, because that's to the east of Papua New Guinea, north of Australia. So it's part of the island hopping stuff or whatever.
Okay, so yeah, it's another a war on the Pacific Front.
Yeah, another Pacific action.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Also, let's see what else. 1953, U.S. and Greece. The U.S. and Greece signed peace treaty. U.S. bases.
So to build bases on their soil. I see.
Yeah.
And how are we not an empire? Ooh, 1956.
1956, Madagascar comes first Dutch women elected minister. Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh, 1957. The last one.
1957, first commercial flight between California and Antarctica.
Huh.
So, time to freeze your ass off.
Yeah. We go from the heat to the cold. So, that's interesting.
From liberals to liberal penguins.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, isn't the Japanese translation for penguins called tuxedo ducks or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't see anything significant in my eyes until 1960, the historic events.
Wait. Above it.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. I stand corrected. Go for it. Holy shit.
1960 Japanese politician Injiro Sanama is assassinated with a sword during a televised debate live on TV by 17-year-old nationalist Oyota Yamaguchi.
Wow.
Fuck.
Damn. So this guy came out swinging literally and killed him with a samurai sword, like a shogunate or something. Like that's only in Japan. Only in Japan. So.
There you go, man. Like, and you said you couldn't find nothing, you know.
Oh, God. Anyway, what else happened in 1960?
Also in 1960, JFK and Richard Nixon third presidential debate.
All right.
Could you imagine Nixon saying, "I'm gonna have you shot"?
God.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but that's what he did later on. So.
Man, you sure Lyndon B. Johnson didn't get him killed?
Probably both of them collaborated, you know? Anyway, also in 1960, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev banged his shoe on his desk at UN General Assembly session. Alright? That's I guess that's better than having to dodge a shoe like George W. Bush did. Twice. That man was
no, it's the Soviet Union. They couldn't afford a gavel.
Oh, that explains things. God. I have a gavel. I bought it at a yard sale for $0.25.
Nice.
1962, infamous Columbus Day storm struck the U.S. Pacific Northwest with record wind velocities, leaving 46 dead and at least $230 million in damages. Holy crap, dude. Then let's see here. 1963, San Francisco's Oakland Bay Bridge converted to one way on each deck. Okay, well that would make sense. You know, you don't want people crashing into each other. So, and then let's see here. Launch of Volskod 1, 1964, the first time 3 people in space. Komarov, Feykostov, and Yegorov. Once again, Russia defeating us in yet another aspect of the space race. So, going back to you, Stohan.
1968, Noel Coward's Sweet Potato closes at Barrymore Theater, New York City after 17 performances.
Man, dude, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'd hate to have that guy's name.
No.
Because, you know, if you call him a coward, you just be like, yes. It's like, are you cowardly? It's like, what
Just
are
hear
you
someone
talking
yell,
about?
Coward! What?
Ooh, 1968 as well, the next one here.
1968, Rikia Blasilo, Mexican track and field athlete, becomes first woman to light Olympic flame at 19th Summer Olympics in Mexico City, Mexico.
Nice.
No.
So all the way back then, so yeah, that's good.
And after that, she continues sprinting until she jumped the fence.
Oh, God.
No, I'm joking.
God. That's going to be a long run. So,
Yeah.
But 1969, the first one here.
1969, first time 5 people in space simultaneously. Soyuz 6 and Soyuz 7.
Ah. Huh. Yet again. So, here we go.
Also, 1969, Soviet spacecraft Soyuz 7 is launched from Kor Cosmodrome in the southern Kazakhstan.
Ah.
Very nice.
Yep, very nice. Boy, so. We got some music history in 1971. Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar, starring Jeff Fenholt and Ben Vereen, opened at Mark Hellinger Theater in New York City, running for 711 performances. That's pretty good. So. But then also in 1972, 46 sailors were injured in a race riot on U.S. aircraft carrier USS Kitty Hawk. Wow.
A fucking name.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had a friend who served on the Kitty Hawk. Then 1972, Billy Harris failed in first Islander penalty shot. I guess that's basketball?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. I have no idea. Then 1973, U.S. President Richard Nixon nominated Gerald Ford to replace Spiro Agnew as vice president. Yep. Your turn, sir.
Yes. Also, 1975, Archbishop Oliver Plunkett became the first Irish-born saint in 7 centuries. Wow, 700 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yes.
Damn.
Also, 1976, Hua Gyung-ping succeeds Mao Zedong as chairman of the Communist Party.
Friggin' CCP. When will they go away? Ooh, you got a murder of interest.
I'm gonna do that. Well, first, 1878, representatives of Israel and Egypt open talks in Washington.
The Washington, D.C., I presume.
Yes,
So,
I'm guessing. Yep.
Yep.
Also, 1978, Sid Vicious charged with the murder of his girlfriend, Nancy Spurgeon.
At least he's living up to his last name. That's vicious. Then 1 year after that, 1979, Boston Celtics guard Chris Ford scored first three-point basket in NBA history in first quarter of 114-106 win versus the Houston at Boston Garden. Game also marked debut of Boston rookie Larry Bird. I know that name. Larry Bird. Oh, he's white? I thought Larry Bird was a black guy. Well, shows how much I pay
white.
That shows how much I pay attention to sports, you know? 1979, future Basketball Hall of Fame forward Magic Johnson made his debut for Los Angeles Lakers at the San Diego Clippers. Lakers won 103-102. That's a close game. So. And then let's see here, 1979 as well. The lowest recorded non-tornadic atmospheric pressure at 87.0 kPa or 870 mbar or 25.69 nhg. Occurred in Guam in the Western Pacific during Typhoon Tip. And then, speaking about Typhoon Tip, it became the most intense tropical cyclone ever recorded, with peak sustained winds of 350 kilometers an hour or 190 miles per hour, and a wind diameter of 2,220 kilometers or 1,380 miles. That is a big thing. Good lord. That's over a third of the continental U.S., as far as width. Like, that's crazy. That's
unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I was reading the 1981, if you want to read that one. Then the second 1980, that's another sad one. So.
Yeah. Also, 1980, Your Arms Too Short to Box with God closes at Ambassador Theater after 194 performances.
149.
149. Also, yep. Also, 1980, 7 stabbed at Blood, Sweat, and Tears concert in Los Angeles.
That's awful.
Wow.
Why are people stabbing each other at a concert? You go there to enjoy yourself, not to commit.
Well, it's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, but not literally. I mean, come on.
They're putting your blood, sweat, and tears in this.
Good lord. It's a concert, not the cake from Matilda. Come on. Anyway, moving on up.
Yeah, so moving on up. 1981, 15th the Country Music Association Award, Barbara Mandrell and George Jones win.
Oh, okay. In 1982, 38.6 centimeters or 15.2 inches of rainfall in Angoon, Alaska, state record. So, I wonder if that's like all time or if that's just the record for the month or what. So, but then also at that same time, 1982, Milwaukee brewer Paul Molliger got World Series record 5 hits. It's pretty good. We got a historic event here in 1984. The Irish Republican Army bombed the Grand Hotel in Brighton, where British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher was staying, resulting in the deaths of 5 people. Ay. That's not good. So.
Oh, no.
Oh. And once again, your turn, sir.
1985, Challenger moves to Vehicle Assembly Building in Kennedy Space Center, Florida for maintenance of the STS-61A mission.
And quick little trivia. You know what STS stands for?
Surface of space?
Shuttle Transport Systems.
Okay.
Because the actual shuttle is not just what we believe is the shuttle. The shuttle is the whole thing. Like, with the rockets and the booster and the big orange tank and everything. That's the entire unit is the shuttle because it shuttles them to space. The actual vehicle is called something else. So what we call the space shuttle is not actually correct. No. Anyway, you got a historic event here in 1986.
I do. 1986, Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, visit the People's Republic of China.
China. If only Ramister was here to go off on his, we're going to build a wall around China. It's going to be greater than the Great Wall. It's going to be the Magnificent Wall, or whatever it is that he says. Anyway, go ahead.
Continue.
1987, George Harrison released single Got My Mind Set on You, becoming his 3rd solo #1 hit, and the last chart topper by any of the Beatles. Ooh. That's pretty good. In 1988, George H.W. Bush and Michael Dukakis met in their second presidential debate. Never heard of this guy, but he looks very 70s or 80s. Look at that hair.
Man, that man he should have stayed in the 70s.
I know, right? Him in his tweed jacket. In 1988, Pope John Paul II is the target of anti-papal heckling by Protestant leader Ian Paisley at a European Parliament meeting in Strasbourg, France. Why you heckle John Paul II? That guy was amazing. He was a sweetheart. I was going to say a lovable goofball, but yeah, he was a sweetheart. But then 1989, Dallas running back Herschel Walker was traded from Cowboys to Minnesota Vikings for the 5 players and 6 future draft picks, including future stars Emmitt Smith, Russell Maryland, Kevin Smith, and Darren Woodson.
Oh my God.
And once again, it is Sohen's turn. What are you oh my godding about?
1991, boxer Hector Camacho arrested for driving while getting oral sex.
Oh my god. You said Camacho, I immediately thought of Idiocracy, and then you read the second part, I'm like, this is Idiocracy. What the hell?
Yeah, boxer Hector Camacho.
Camacho. God.
Arrested while getting oral sex.
You know, that is not the Hummer I want to drive, tell you that. Oh.
Also, 1991, Doug Flutie of BC Lions set CFL passing record of 582 yards, despite losing to Edmonton Eskimos 45-38 in overtime.
All right.
Damn.
Yep. 1992, the first one. Damn.
1992, 5.8 earthquake at Cairo, at least 510 die.
That sucks. Cairo, Egypt, I assume,
Ooh.
But then the next 92, look at that.
1992, Bret the Hitman Hart beats Ric Flair for the WWF World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, back when it was still called the World Wrestling Federation. So, like, ever since, like, the World Wildlife Foundation sued them for that, for those 3 letters, like, seriously, I've hated that organization. I don't care what they stand for. That lawsuit was so frivolous and needless and childish, that I have no respect for them. Like, the WWE is still the WWF for me. So, but what about the one right above what you just read? Like, that's intriguing right there.
1992, Rico Radio Telescope begins microwave observing project search for occupied planets.
Ooh. Is there anybody out there? So, which, I hope maybe, one day, 1,000 years in the future, some alien will pick up, this broadcast and, try to answer me back. It's like, nope, I died 1,000 years ago. Sorry. We all did.
No one home?
No.
Call back later?
Yeah. No, Mr. Superman, no home.
No, Mr. Alien, no home. Mr. Alien, no home.
Mr. Alien, no home. You got a Farm Aid concert in 1996 here.
Yeah, 1996 Farm Aid 9 held in Columbia, South Carolina. Performers include Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, and the Bullfish, the Beach Boys, Sung Vote, Robert Earl Keen, Tina McBride, Jewel, and John Conley.
That's a pretty good lineup right there.
Throughout all the Farm Aids, no name did not show up in this one.
What?
Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Huh. That is true. Weird. Anyway, 1997, Sidi Dallin massacre in Algeria occurred, in which 43 were killed at a fake roadblock. Wow.
Ooh.
So they set up a fictitious roadblock and just started opening fire, it sounds like.
It'd be like a bunch of soldiers doing it.
That's despicable. So, 2
Oh.
years later, in 1999, Pat LaFontaine formally retired from the NHL due to lingering concussion problems. Yeah, I was just talking with Dick Kickham here earlier today about something really needs to be done about football. U.S. football, the hand egg. Because all these professional people who are now retiring and have a tremendous amount of brain injuries. Something needs to happen. We don't need to do sarcastable what South Park did, but something needs to be done. Anyway, also in 1999, Pervez Musharraf took power in Pakistan from Nawaz Sharif through a bloodless coup. And I'm going to take this last 1999, the day of 6 billion, the proclaimed 6 billionth living human in the world was born. So, yeah, so that happened on this date. And then before we move on into 2000, we're going to do the split here. So, as soon as I find there we go. Part 2. It is Sohen's turn. If you want to take the first 2000 here, look at that.
Yes, I will. And the millennium Year 2000, American destroyer USS Cole is badly damaged in Aden, Yemen by two suicide bombers, killing 17 crew members and wounding at least 39.
I remember something about this. Like, maybe this, maybe not. I'm not sure, but I remember like, you know, before high school. You know, I started high school in 2001. Before high school, like I remember hearing about like some U.S. Ship being badly damaged and everything, and it was a whole thing. So, yeah. Oh wow, the 2002 one. Jeez.
2002, terrorists explode two bombs in Bali's nightclub district, killing 202 and injuring 209, mostly foreign tourists. Bali's in Indonesia.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering the question. I didn't have time to ask. Oh yeah, Indonesia. So, where is Indonesia though? Indonesia.
On the Vietnam.
Okay. All right. I don't even need Google. I have you. Moving on up into 2003, German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher finished 8th at the season-ending Japanese F1 Grand Prix at Suzuka, clinches 4th consecutive World Drivers' Championship by 2 points from Kimi Räikkönen. All right.
Finally, again, another F1 where it's not showing that one guy with the glasses in the hair.
The glasses in the... Oh! Wait, the glasses in the hair. Like...
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Every time you hear about an F1 race Grand Prix, there'll always be this one guy with his glasses in his hat.
The round glasses and the driver cap thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that one, yeah. Let's see here, 2006, United States Postal Service designated facility in Green River, Wyoming as the Kurt Gowdy Post Office Building, honoring the noted broadcaster. Alright, well that's cool.
Ooh.
And then we got some sports history in 2008. Anna Kournikova and Andy Roddick. Kournikova and Andy Roddick defeated Martina Navratilova and Jessie Levine in a match for charity, raising over $400,000 for the Elton John AIDS Foundation and Atlanta AIDS Partnership Fund. But how much of that money actually did make it to people who needed it? That's my question.
Wait, Elton John got AIDS?
What got AIDS?
Elton John got AIDS?
Elton John, maybe.
Yeah.
He is gay.
AIDS.
So.
Oh God.
That reminds me of the AIDS play from Team America. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. Everyone has AIDS. Anyway, speaking of Vietnam, I see 2013, 15 people were killed by a series of explosions in a fireworks factory in Vietnam. That's not good.
Vietnam Part 2.
What?
Vietnam Part 2, the sequel.
Oh, God. But then it's back to your turn, sir. You can either take the next 2013 or 2014 or whatever you find interesting.
I'll do both.
All right.
2013, 50 people are killed after a truck veers off a cliff in La Convention province.
Dang. I wonder how many people were on the truck. I wonder if that fell on a house. Why is the body count so high? Something's weird. So.
Also, 2014, Evo Morales is re-elected president of Bolivia.
All right.
Also, 2017, a long-lost bust of Napoleon by Augustin Rodin found in Madison Borough Hall, New Jersey, for at least $4 million.
Dang. That's pretty cool. Ooh. 2019. 2017 is interesting. 18, 19.
Yes. Also, 2017 plague outbreak in Madagascar kills 57 with 684 cases so far reported by who?
Who? Oh, the World Health Organization. Those guys. Okay. Anyway. Your mic's lighting up, but I'm not hearing anything.
Cronin.
Oh, there you are.
2018 U.S. Airstrike in central Somalia kills about 60 al-Shabaab militants.
Yeah. I don't like it when we have to kill people, even if it's justified. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird topic. So, anyway, 1 year later, 2019, California. Hey, that's where I'm at. It became the first state in the U.S. to pass a law banning sale and manufacture of new fur products. So.
Of what?
New fur products. So, like, like, you know how rich women like to wear, like, the fox or the ferret, scarves and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even buy stuff like that out here anymore, which I support. Like, animals should be food, not fashion. So,
Finally.
yeah. Then in 2019 as well, Eliud Kipchoge of Kenya became the first to run a marathon in under 2 hours. 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. Holy shit! In Vienna, Austria. Not a race by strict definition, using pace setters and pace laser markings on a doctored course. So I don't know what that essentially means, but this guy ran 26 miles or whatever in less than 2 hours. This is fast. And of course, Kenyan. So, yeah. Let's see here. 2020, just 2 years ago, China announced it will test entire city of Qingdao, 9 million people in total, for COVID-19 within 5 days after a dozen cases were discovered. Yeah, they are still going crazy over all this COVID crap. Everyone was kung fu fighting. So, anyway, I'm going to take this last 2020 here. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced a new 3-tier system for COVID-19 restrictions as cases surge. You bastard. Restricting people and then hosting a party. And people ate his shit up. Like they should have gone after him with pitchforks and fire, Anyway, before we move on to the births and deaths, audience, were there any articles that you found more interesting than most? Anything that you would like us to elaborate on? You have any questions? Is there anything that you want to elaborate on? Open up a dialogue in the underbar, the description, the comment section, sorry, not the underbar. Anyway, moving on to the burst. Sohan, you want to start us off in the year 1008?
Yes, 1008. Emperor Go-Ichigo of Japan, 68th Emperor of Japan, 1016 to 1036, born in Yankee, Japan, died 1036.
Dang. You said Japan 3 times in one sentence. Holy crap.
Also, and jump to 1866. Ramsay MacDonald, British Prime Minister, Labour, 1924 to 1929 to 1935, born in Losemouth, Morayshire, Scotland.
Alright. Died in 1937, it looks like.
Yep.
Moving on up to Joe Cronin, born on this date in 1906, a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame shortstop, 7-time MLB All-Star, was also a manager for the Boston Red Sox and Washington Senators, as well as an executive, American League president from 1959 to 73, born in San Fran, Cali, dying in 1984. Huh. So this guy was everywhere. He was a player, manager, and then executive, so this guy just went all the way up the hierarchy chain. Here we got Jaroslav Drobny, 1921, a Czech ice hockey player, Olympic silver of 1948, as well as a tennis player, was in the Wimbledon 1954 and French Open 1951 and 52, born in Prague, Czech Republic, dying in 2001. And oh, this guy, Pavarotti. I've known about him.
Okay.
It's your turn. Someone?
Am I supposed to do Pavarotti?
Yeah, I read mine too.
1935, Luciano Pavarotti, Italian opera tenor. O Giorgio, the 3 tenors, born in Modena, Italy, died 2007.
Every time I see that name, it reminds me of when Bender had Pavarotti in his chest. Like, essentially this, if you're watching my stream.
Here, sweetheart. Get lost,
Ooh.
Pavarotti.
1945, Dusty Rhodes, Virgil Riley Reynolds Jr., aka the American Dream.
Hmm.
American professional wrestler born in Austin, Texas.
No. He died in 2015, though, it looks like. So he was 70.
Yes, he did.
He was 70 years old?
Yes.
Alright. Then, who else was born on the States? Hugh Jackman. Oh, wow. 1968.
Marine.
Yeah, Australian stage and screen actor and singer. The boy from Oz and X-Men, Wolverine. The Greatest Showman, Kate and Leopold, born in Sydney, Australia. Happy birthday, Hugh Jackman. Even though he's a Disney bitch and he's, going back on what he said about retiring from being Wolverine. But then who else was born on this date? Marion Jones in 1975, a U.S. track and field athlete and drug cheat, 5 forfeited Olympic medals. Born in Los Angeles, California. Well, that explains why she's a drugger. So, yep. Anyway, Doom, welcome back. You there?
Yeah,
Just
Jammer.
in time. We're moving on into deaths. Why don't you start us off here in 632?
Alrighty. 632, Edwin of Dyra, King of Northumbria, and Brentwalda.
Huh. Alright. The birth is unknown, so... This is the one and only time, maybe, that we're going to be talking about that guy. Which is pretty sad, because there's other people here, that their births aren't documented, so, yeah, they're just fading off into history. That's really unfortunate. We got another one here in 1576.
In 1576, Maximilian II, the Holy Roman Emperor from 1564 to 1576, dies at the age of 49.
That's actually pretty on average for back in those days, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a pretty normal age to die at in that time.
That's like old age.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Sohan,
Yes.
who died on the state in 1845?
1845, Elizabeth Fry, English prisoner, farmer, social reformer, and Quaker minister, dies of a stroke at 65.
She looks like the Pillsbury Doe woman, doesn't she? She has like a toque on, looks like.
Also, 1870, Robert E. Lee, American general who commanded the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia in the American Civil War, dies of pneumonia at 63.
Good. Screw that guy. Freaking traitor. And who else did we lose? We got Eugene Bullard, died on this date in 1961. Was the first black U.S. Military pilot who flew for France in the First World War as part of the French Foreign Legion. Died of stomach cancer at the age of 66. Well, that sucks.
Also, in 1915, Edith Louisa Carvel, this nurse executed by German firing squad.
Oh, yeah. Why is that
Belgium
not
during
highlighted?
World War One. Oh no.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that in the main body?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. It was highlighted there. So why not here? That's not cool. Anyway, 1969, we lost Sonja Henai, a Norwegian figure skater, Olympic gold 1928, 32, and 36, as well as an actress, My Lucky Stars, died from leukemia at the age of 57. Leukemia. Not good. So, no cancer is good, So, anyway, right back to Doom, 1997.
All right. In 1997, Henry Don Jemver.
Chenver.
Yeah. It's now John Jemver. Don Jemver.
John Denver Jingleheimer Smith. Hey, that's my name too.
Alright. Okay, in 1997, Henry John Denver Buchtendorf, American pop songwriter, Leaving on a Jet Plane, country pop singer, Sunshine on My Shoulders, Calypso, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and actor. Oh God! dies in a solo plane crash at 53.
I wonder if he screamed the name of his movie that he was in before he died.
I wonder if he yelled, "Oh God!"
That's what I was just saying. Oh God! Here I come!
He's here.
God. Aw. This one's sad.
Oh no, not Wilt. Man, he was a cool dude.
Yeah.
In 1999, Wilt Chamberlain, American College and Basketball Hall of Fame center, 4-time NBA MVP, 13-time All-Star, NBA championships in 1967 and 1972. MVP. His MVP season was in 72. His Philadelphia, San Francisco Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, and LA Lakers. Dies of heart failure at 63. Oh, with the Warriors, it's no longer the San Francisco Warriors, it's the Golden State Warriors. I believe they changed it. I know there's a Golden State Warriors, but I don't think there's a San Francisco Warriors anymore.
But I have a question. Do they still have to come out and play? Yay! Warriors!
I have no idea. Probably. I'd imagine so.
That's from a movie I haven't seen. Isn't that from Gangs of New York or something? Sohan, help me.
Fucking great, man. The Worst is a cool movie.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sohan, your turn. 2003.
2003, Bill Shoemaker, American Racing Hall of Fame jockey, 8,833 career victories, Kentucky Derby, 1955, 1959, 1965, 1986. Dies of natural causes at 72.
Dang. So, that's a hell of a lot of victories, dude. So.
Yes.
Yep. Uno Mas, which is your discretion, and then we'll close out.
Looking, because I'm trying to find that one. Nope, never mind. That's it.
Okay. Well then, now concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description below for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to everything Omni Coalition. The show is recorded or is streamed on my channel currently on Xander, but we are making moves to move it to Twitch, which Soen has graciously helped me in figuring that out, and I just got to do that. But anyway, those links by themselves also include
Playing TV on Twitch.
Yep, speaking of Twitch, go check him out. At least he has his set up. Anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
Central.
And 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I was Xander.
Sohan.
And the Slayer.
Yep. Until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Until then, toodles.